Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Happy New Year to you all! Today I am going to review Sharkticon from the Energon series. Yeah, what can I say? He's a submarine shaped like a shark. So yeah, Sharkticon, yeah, very obvious. One of the terrorcons under the command of Alpha Q, the Quintessence, and probably also of Scorponok. He didn't actually appear in the cartoon, but he did in the comics, as far as I know, but I haven't read the comics, so can't really comment on that part. Yeah, what can I say about this mold? I love it. Except for the coloration and the fact that this one has some warped fins, which is due to I don't know what, but this is how I got him. He's second hand, but still I didn't mind. I didn't pay much for him, I believe 2 or 3 euros, so can't really actually complain about it, but all in all he just looks incredibly cool, except for the coloration, which I think is a bit too much of a hodgepodge, especially due to the orange. If the orange had been far darker shade, I probably would have had less trouble with him. Also another detail which I think they missed out on, they could have put in some clear plastic ports here, as if eyes, as if windows from the submarine, but well. Still, it works very nicely. He does evoke the feeling of a shark despite being a submarine with a lot of weaponry. Each of these turrets is actually rotatable. Tongue twister, rotatable. They do lock every 45 degrees. The turrets themselves can be pointed out. Similar on the other side. The two on the top can rotate and also swivel up and down. So they actually have better articulation there than, for example, Armada Tidal Wave. He also has weapons in his front, which are a pair of rocket launchers. Fairly effective. They trigger fairly easily, so yeah, that's why I keep this locked up most of the time. He actually has a cockpit up here, so he does give the impression he'd be very, very large, something akin to the size of Armada Tidal Wave, but yeah, he's just a deluxe, which is just as well. So let's take him to robot mode. To take him to robot mode, we unhook his feet from the underside, which are pegged in with holes in the feet into this part. Just leave them dangling for now. I'll already adjust them to be in the correct pose for his robot mode. Then at the rear you have his folded up arms here. Separate them. There's a double hinge here. Another one on the other side. Just move them out of the way. Take his waist and lock it into place. And then on the top, fold down this entire contraption and lock it into place. His arms can then be locked into place at the shoulders and rotate the shoulder pads and straighten out the arms. All in all, not a very difficult transformation at all. Leaving with the robot mode. Now, as for robot mode, in robot mode he is fairly articulate. He is somewhat hampered, especially due to the side devices, guns, thrusters, whatever you want to call them. If they could rotate around or something like that, or be removed, his articulation would improve a lot. But these fins really, yeah, they hook up into every part of his body, so you pretty much have to leave his fists like that. There are holes in here for holding energon weapons. He has the port for an energon star on front. What's more to say? He's fairly articulate. Rotating waves, not even a part of the transformation, just an added bonus. Ball jointed hips, swivel underneath that, swivel knees, swivel ankles. A ball jointed head, which actually surprised me. I actually thought he would be just with a rotation, but it's actually a ball joint, so that was fairly nice. He also has some nice light piping, so let's get that in. Aqua blue, more fitting an Autobot, but he's a Decepticon, but he's also an underwater Decepticon, so it can pass. There's a nice Decepticon logo in there for the Energon star. Let's put one on. Yeah. Not the greatest addition. I don't really like the concept of the Energon stars and everything, but oh well. He also comes with an attack mode in this form, and just give me a moment and I'll show. Now his attack mode resolves more so around the cannons, which you saw in shark mode. They're on double hinges, so you can bring them out and rotate, which makes for very nice hip-mounted cannons. I don't recall this actually being recorded on the papers, but yeah, I haven't had them with the second-hand guy, so I'm not sure. But when I found this, I really liked it. It works. I didn't transform that on camera for the very simple reason that it's very tight. It's barely transformable, and those rockets launch off all the time while handling him. So yeah, I had to do that off camera. But yeah, it works for me. It looks nice. Arms do hide the cannons a bit at side, but they aren't the main focus. It's just those rocket launchers, and I think it's an excellent design. For a character which wasn't in the cartoon, he just looks incredibly cool. I wish they gave this guy another chance, another repaint somewhere in the universe line. Perhaps in the colors of Gnaw, the original Sharkticon. I'd like to see that. Or something more sinister, dark. That must be... Ooh... Mental ID. Skybite. This guy a Skybite. I'd like to see that. Anyway, this was Eucep. Wishing you all a happy new year, and see you all later.